So I finally got to scratch an itch I've had for probably 3 years, 4 years. I am in Missouri on the shores of Mark Twain Lake. You can look it up. I don't know the name of the town. But we have taken, you can rent boats. The lake is right over there. You can rent boats on the lake and take them out. And Google Maps has shown me while we're on the lake that there is a cemetery just off on the shores of the lake back in the woods. And I've always wanted to come see this cemetery because it looks real small on the map, and sure enough, it's awfully small. But we finally made it. It was about, what, a half-a-mile walk or so through some pretty middle of nowhere kind of forest preserve. You can kind of see behind me what we walked through. But we're going to flip the camera here and we're going to show you what we found out here in the middle of nowhere. So this is Grigler Cemetery. It is a very small cemetery, maybe 25 stones. Probably more people buried here than 25, but there's only 25 stones or so. Look at some of the dates. So this guy died in 1901 at the age of 52. We have one here that died in 1887. Back there, she died in 1917. And apparently he's still alive. He was born in 1865, but isn't dead yet. So good for William. He's 150 years old, 160 years old. Oh, they're not all Griglers. There's a Pendleton right here. Let's see what the dates. This is a relatively new stone. When did this guy die? 1949. 1868 to 1949. Let's see if I can find any more recent dates, or is that the most recent burial? This is a relatively newer looking stone over here. And I'm sure that, for every stone, there's probably 5 graves. Like this whole area, there's no stones in here. But I bet you there's graves. Get somebody out here with a ground penetrating radar. Let's see. 1944. 1901. 1893. A lot of Griglers, mostly Griglers. But this one here says, well, Grigler and his wife, that one over there said Pendleton on the back. And we've got some Folly Downy ones. Let's see what we got back here. So I'm sure that there's graves I'm walking on here that aren't marked anymore. Probably some stones buried under all of this stuff. September 30th, 1883. Born 1861. I can't read this one. Oh, 1897. I can too read that one. So yeah. Old cemetery in the middle of nowhere. Oh, there's some... Did you go in the back corner here? Yeah. There's some graves all the way in the back corner. Well, some stones anyway. All the way in the back corner here against the fence. Don't know if they're actually buried back here or not, but they got some stones laying against the tree back here. And the lake is that way. Like I said, you can rent boats, and we've been on the lake several times. I've seen this cemetery list marked on Google Maps, and I really wanted to come see it. So I did. Let's see what this one is. It's not very well maintained, but it has to be a little bit maintained, or there would be nothing but forest here. Died 1919. Someone has to be cutting the grass at some point. I can't read that one. That one's died 1919. There's a couple over here too. I can't read that one either. They're all worn down. 1888. Oh, there's some back here too. Let's see these. 1908. This, I think, that's got thorns on it. Is that a raspberry bush? That might be a raspberry bush. I don't see any stones back in here. There probably is graves, though. Wouldn't be the least bit surprised. Most of these older cemeteries, for every stone you see, there's probably 6 or 8 graves that aren't marked anymore or never were marked. This is a relatively newer looking stone. Let's see what the date on it is. Oh, we saw this one in 1917. So anyway, some very large bee just flew by me. So anyway, that's Grigler Cemetery. And I don't know what town we're in, but we're in Missouri. We're on the shores of Mark Twain Lake. And like I said, this is an itch I've had for a while, so it's nice to finally scratch it. I've got forest crap all over my shirt. Nice to finally scratch it. So Debbie, now you can rest comfortably knowing that you'll never have to walk back here with me to find the cemetery that I spent all that time out on the lake staring at the shore trying to see. And as it turns out, the lake was that way. I never had a prayer of seeing this, even with the binoculars. I never had a prayer of seeing this cemetery from the lake. So I'm glad we made the walk. Justin, thank you very much for taking the walk with me.
You're welcome.
See everybody later.